Welcome to the People Leaders Podcast, the audio resource for managers and business leaders creating high-performing teams. Join leadership and team development experts Jan and Michelle Turkelson each week as they explore both subjects from every angle. Through practical tips, valuable insights, and compelling interviews with leadership experts around the world, you'll learn how to bring out the best in your staff and how to give your best as a leader.
Hi, Jan.
Hello.
Okay, so what we thought we'd do in this podcast is talk about our personal, like what we would recommend as sort of our top 5 tips for well-being.
And really, it's what we do.
Yeah.
And our number one that we both do is meditate. So I've been a long time meditator, 25, 30 years now. And I usually do 20 minutes a day. There are some times when if I'm working, facilitating, I can't duck out for 20 minutes. But what I will do is, the morning before, that morning, I'll just spend a couple of minutes just calming my mind and my body and just setting an intention for the day. Whenever I'm at an airport, as soon as, we're buckled in, I close my eyes and I just meditate.
I know, and some people go, oh, what's this meditation? I don't know how it is. I don't know what it is. You know what? Google it. Like if it works, that's all we can say is that it works. And so just find the one that you're drawn to and have a crack.
Yeah.
Have a go for a week. And I tell you what, when you know how good it feels once you come out of a meditation, you will build it into your repertoire.
Well, physiologically, they liken it to 20 minutes of meditation is like 2 hours of deep rest. So what you're in is a relaxed state of awareness. And a friend of mine used to say, oh yeah, but it's just like, I do that when I swim or I do that when I run. And she learnt to meditate and she went, it's so not like that because you're really calming the body and you're easing momentum of the day or what's been happening in your physical state as well as your mental state.
Oh yeah, you get rid of all resistance. It's wonderful. Okay, the next one would be to exercise or to move your body. That's right. What is that exercise? For some people, it's rigorous and I have to work out upper sweat. For other people, it might just be doing like 20 sit-ups. It could be anything. Personally, I love going to yoga and I try and mix it up. The older I get, I'm sort of interested in the variety, but, 20 minutes every day, how good would that be? And if it can't be every day, the days that you're not exercising, walk up the stairs or look for an opportunity just to move your body a little bit more, get the heart rate up.
I know. And this is the thing about making that commitment to yourself, and don't be sloppy looking after yourself because we are role models, especially leaders. We are role models. The third one is, listen to something positive or have a pattern where you are reframing into the positive. So no matter what happens to you, there is always a slightly positive bent to it. So for example, if someone cuts me off in traffic, I'll just say, well, they're obviously in a hurry.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Or if something is stolen, it's like they obviously needed it. But you know what, Michelle, those things never happen. Really, rarely happen to me anymore. And when someone, I can't remember the last time anyone was rude to me because there's this positive expectancy that it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I've been listening to something very positive every morning for the last 30 days and it has shifted so many things. I just so recommend it. It's fantastic.
So do you write anything down?
Sometimes I do. Actually, for this 30-day process, I have been writing down things that I really appreciate and looking forward to. It has been amazing.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. So who is that? Is that Abraham Hicks? Yeah. Or TED Talk or any other podcasts who talk about Inspiration Nation. There are so many of them. It's just a matter of searching which one feels right for you.
Yeah, and it could, for some people, they just look up and find affirmations and they just would look at one affirmation every morning. Like, how lovely would that be? Or they will read a quote. And so it's a new positive quote every morning. So set yourself up for a really good day by listening or reading something positive. So that's 3. 4, we're getting more physical now. Water. honestly, like if we really had to pay what it was worth, it'd be worth, hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, just to stay hydrated. And when you're hydrated, because there is some, research that says you need 2.8 litres, depending on your body fat and your weight and your height. However, you do know by, when you go to the toilet, does it smell? Is it yellow? It should be,
clear.
Reasonably clear, shouldn't have any smell to it. And then that's when you know you're having enough, because you might have a lot of high water content food, so you may not need as much water, but your body will never lie. That's the one thing, it will always tell you the truth.
That's great. Okay, and then our last tip is somehow get outside every day. Walk in nature, take your shoes off, feel the grass, feel the dirt, feel the sand. Obviously, I don't live near the sand, you do, Jan, but I get out in my backyard I'll tell you, it must sound weird, but I scoop up the dog poo. Like I take my thumbs off and I put my feet in the grass and I pick up the dog poo. So I get outside every morning.
Yeah, so if you're going into the city every morning, there are some beautiful green spaces in the city. Just try and get out, even if it's for 5 minutes, to have that sunshine on your body, look out into the sky. The other tip that I give people is if they're in a building, there's usually large windows around that they can usually look out and up. I would recommend when you're moving from one office space to the other, just take your gaze outside. It really does shift your perspective, which will shift the way in which you feel. And this is all about feeling better so you can perform better and, be a more effective leader.
So if we just quickly recap our top 5 tips, meditate, exercise, listen to something positive every day, hydrate, and get out in nature.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I just wanted to share about the nature, I know there's always something, Michelle, but it's like what I love about nature is that there is no judgment in nature. There is this it's vibed with positivity. Like when a bird eats a worm, the worm doesn't go, ooh, it's just the way it is. Yeah. And that's what I love about being out in nature. So go do it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jan.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the People Leaders Podcast. For show notes and other resources, please visit us at peopleleaderspodcast.com. If you have a leadership or management question or subject you'd like covered on the podcast, please contact us at podcast@peopleleaders.com.au. The People Leaders Podcast is brought to you by the Experts On Air Podcast Network.